Wow, it feels like it's been so long since I've been here, here talking to a camera, and myself and God and being in the space. It feels like it's been a long time. And I'm here today because there's a lot coming up for me in this time, space, Icelandic, Nordic, beautiful, icy weather. Yeah, there's a lot coming up for me. And I'm finding that like the biggest thing that's coming up for me is the idea of commitment. And what I'm committed to and what other people are committed to. And yeah, it's really interesting to be in a space of aloneness, which I'm really not alone, but in terms of the outside world, and think about commitment. You know, I've had a lot of clients cancel this weekend. I mean, of course, and are canceling throughout the week. And, you know, I've been allowing myself to give more in terms of what I have and in terms of finances and investing in things that I really feel good about and that feel juicy for me. So there's been this movement there, and there's also been this refilling that's been happening. It's like as I give more, I'm receiving more. And it's been a beautiful, beautiful line of thought, and it's been a beautiful belief that I feel I'm still integrating into my being. You know, because before it was like I can't spend on myself because that's not like an investment, and that's not gonna, you know, aid me in my life. Yeah, I don't know who told me that. I mean, yeah, I remember feeling guilt when my friend and I went to Mexico, and how much fun I was having and the joy of just, you know, being in that space. And I remember posting pictures about it and feeling this sense of like, oh, I don't think people are gonna like that I'm doing this. I think at the time I had a lot of, I felt really responsible for other people's feelings. I felt really responsible, and I felt like I had to suffer with other people. I found out that that's not true, and I don't hold that belief anymore. I think I'm allowed to live my life and have a good life. I think I'm allowed to focus my attention on things that feel good. I think I'm allowed to give to myself things that nourish me and create. Like all the things that I get, they're creating. Yeah, and it's not like identity based. It's just I like doing this. I like having fun. I like creating. I like receiving. Yeah, it's just a beautiful experience that I'm having. So yeah, I guess I've felt that. And oh, where was I going with that? Yeah, just upset that I'm happy. So that's why I really didn't spend money on myself, was just, you know, feeling like I had to put it into something greater, something that would support those who are suffering. And I think that it's a really good call to invest in people who are suffering, and to do that if that's your life's mission. And I've recognized for myself, even when I was receiving things when I was suffering, what I was receiving wasn't changing my feelings. It wasn't changing my baseline, wasn't changing the pain that I felt inside of myself. No matter what I received from the external world, it was never going to fill this emptiness. Yeah, emptiness that I felt in myself. And so I think in the same breath of my specific emptiness, I feel that it's more important. It's way more important to help those in need move their emotions and feel their emotions and be able to process them so that they can create a new reality. And this is like back in terms of your external world is a divine reflection of the internal, and something that I've been practicing for a very long time, and something that I have my own evidence for my own life that it is true. It won't be true for everyone, you know, everybody is here for their own experience. But in terms of myself, I recognize very strongly that my external is always bringing me back in. Always. Always. That's what I came on here to talk about today when I was talking about commitment. I've been having a lot of experiences with a lot of people canceling and moving their appointments, and I've been, you know, doing my thing, and I recognize this feeling of fear inside of myself. Fear because I have been doing my thing, and I've been in expectation that the universe would be like, oh, Lindsay's doing her thing, we're gonna support Lindsay doing her thing. And I think that that's true. I think the universe is very much supporting me in doing that thing. I don't know how my life has changed like this so quickly, especially in terms of resources and just beauty. I mean, I do know, because God, but yeah. So with people canceling, there's like that part of me that's like, where are the resources going to come from? And like, oh, is that my job or is that God's job? Has that ever been my job, or has that always been God's job? I have always been taken care of. Like, wow. Always. There's never been a moment where I wasn't, and everything was absolutely perfect. Like, everything that I've ever experienced has led me to God. God, and like the feelings that accompany that. So I recognize that it's not my job, which has led me to my commitments and seeing like, what am I committing to? And am I committing to a feeling of quote unquote powerlessness because I'm trying to control an outcome of what it is that I want to receive and when I want to receive it? Is my feeling of fear or sadness, is it actually productive in bringing what it is that I want closer to me, or is it actually repelling it from me? It's important to ask. It's important to say, like, would I want to work with somebody who is strapped for cash? Would I want to work with somebody who is only here because of their own selfishness, of what they want to gain? And I reflect back to moments in time where, yeah, that was super true for me. I'm not a saint, and I don't claim to be one. Definitely had moments where I'm like, dang, I just want the cash. And that was for its own highest and best experience too, for myself and for whoever the person was. But I just see my life moving in a different direction of where my service is coming from and what I'm committed to internally. And that internal commitment is to God, it's to myself, and it's to the people who are immediately with me, in terms of closeness. So I'm witnessing how crucially important it is to recognize where my energy is going and where it's coming from. Because some people, like myself, if I was really looking for cash, substance, energy, attention, words I haven't thought about in a long time, attention, codependency. Like, where is your energy coming from? Is it coming from a person, a place, a thing, or is it coming from God? I'm sorry, every time I say God, I'm like, I feel so spiritual in a way, or just like Christian, but it's true. Frick. It's like, you don't know it till you know it. And man, so it's like, who's supplying your energy? And it's just like, if you have a product and you're getting a product shipped from a certain space, you know, like, what is the source and what's the source energy and what does that feel like and what standard is it? And so yeah, I am redirecting my attention from, you know, the cancellations and the fear or the upset or the, you know, it's kind of like a dependency on something other than God. Something other than God to fulfill a need, desire, feeling. And I cannot commit to anything other than God to supply me with what it is that I need. I cannot depend externally. The external world changes, and it changes so swiftly. It changes in an instant. And it's a miracle. And if I put my energy, attention, my dependency on something that is constantly changing, I've been there. I've been there. And it's an emotional roller coaster that feels like absolute shit. And so here I am, 27. Just put that out there. And I'm recognizing that the only consistent thing in my life is my connection with God and my connection with the divine. And the only consistent presence in my life is that of God. It is the only thing that is constantly with me, constantly being expressed in myself, in spaces. And I think it's so important that my dependency is one on Creator, because that's just like, yeah. And then for two is on something consistent. So consistent. And what I've learned from those 2 steps is 3, I want to be surrounded by people who have that same connection within, that same connection to God, that same level of commitment and devotion and loyalty. I mean, here's my Leoness, loyalty. It's such a beautiful thing that we can have. Loyalty. And then 4, I release everything else to God. I mean, I release it all, but the inconsistencies, the things that I can't control, the people that I can't control. Sometimes I can't even control myself. Which is another reason why I'm here, because I am making better commitments and a more solid devotion to myself. I'm recognizing as this, snow experience has happened here, I have allowed myself to go back into some patterns and some ways of being that aren't productive. It's like when everything slows down, what do? Am I still on my business? Or am I in the shits? And it's like, why? Because things are shut down. Why be in the shits? It's not even just energetically, it's just moving back into an old paradigm to revisit it, I guess. Maybe that was my acknowledgement, is to revisit it and see the contrast, There's so much contrast in the fact that my life was just completely different. And now it's like this. Maybe I need to see the contrast, I guess. I'll have compassion for myself for that. For needing to see the contrast of and it's nothing bad, I'm saying that thinking that my friends are gonna watch this. It's nothing bad, it's just some eating patterns. Really, eating patterns, what I'm looking at online, who I'm looking at online. I have a lot of ownership for that. Entertaining triggers, getting triggered. It's why do I want to put my energy here? Why would I ever have wanted to put my energy here and my focus when I could be putting it here? Just really having that awareness. So, because I'm having that awareness, I'm asking myself, what do I want to commit to? Do I want to commit to those things, or do I want to commit to my daily yoga practice? Do I want to commit to my supplements? Do I want to commit to taking my contacts out at night? Do I want to commit to going to bed on time? Do I want to commit to waking up early and doing my routine? Do I want to commit to my morning shower and my oiling my body and body brushing and massaging myself? Where do I want to place my energy? So that's my introspective thoughts for the day. And what I'm about to go journal about, and I just wanted to share part of my process, part of my thoughts. For anybody who resonates. Alright, with lots of love and lots of light and lots of God and the divine. Love you.